Hi guys, Angie here. I am standing here in my kitchen today and I am so happy that you have joined me. I am going to jump right in to a week of what's for dinner, and I am making beef and noodles today with some buttery mashed potatoes, some sweet peas, some sweet corn, rolls, and butter, and I think that's what's going to round out dinner for tonight. The rest of this video will show you what we've had to eat this week. So, I hope you'll stay tuned and like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you are new to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe and stick around. Stay tuned for more What's for Dinner videos along with some other fun content. Again, I'm super glad you're here, and welcome to If the Creek Don't Rise. Alright, tonight for dinner we are having beef and noodles, and I'm getting ready to cook my beef. Now what this is, if I can find the label, there we go, soup meat. We, along with our sons, on one of our sons' property, several of us went in together, 4 of us actually, and we bought 2 cows, and they were raised on my son's little farm that he has just down the road from us, and we sent them to be butchered, and each of us got a half of a cow. So the beef has just been absolutely wonderful, and this is my first time to use the package that is labeled soup bones, or soup meat rather. Soup meat. So what I'm gonna do, I unthawed 2 packages, and they're basically these nice cuts with the big bone in it, so that's gonna be perfect for bone broth. Okay, now you saw in the previous clip where I had my meat unthawing in a Walmart bag. Anytime you're thawing out meat in the refrigerator, make sure it is very well contained. You don't want it to leak through the paper and get up the next morning and find a mess in your refrigerator. So I always take meat that I'm thawing out, put it down in something to where if there's any leakage, it's not going to be a mess in my refrigerator. So just a little tip. I actually decided I'm going to fry these up to get a little crisp on them real quick. So I'm going to get some cooking, probably olive oil in here, and brown these up a little bit on both sides, and then I'm going to add my water and just boil these on slow, like a slow boil, until they become tender and I can take the meat off. Alright guys, I have picked all of the beef off of these bones. So there's some fat, there's some pretty tough pieces there, so if you see some meat attached, that's because those were just too tough. I didn't want to put in the beef. Here's what I want to show you though. This is the money right here. These beef bones, the bone marrow, that is so full of healthy benefits for your body, and so every piece on this plate had, of course, that, and it just enriches the broth so much. And my husband James, sometimes in the past, he's gone to the meat counter and just asked for beef bones, and they will sell you some for next to nothing, and we just make some bone broth from it. I just want to show you that that's super good for you, so it's another benefit for making your own broth. So let me show you here. Here is my broth with the meat. Getting ready to add some more broth that I have in the refrigerator to it, and then my mashed potatoes. Well, they will be mashed potatoes. My potatoes are cooking away, and I'll show you the broth here that I'm getting ready to add to this. Alright, here is the container of beef broth that I've had in my fridge for a while. You can see that the fat has risen to the top. I'll just scoop that out. It'll just come off in one big disc. And then there's some pretty thick, like gelatinous type product at the bottom. I will probably leave that in there as well. So this will probably be pretty thick. I'll just probably scoop it out and add that to my existing beef broth just to flavor it even more and give me some more broth that I need to cook my noodles. Alright, I've just put my noodles into the broth. I'm using these Essen House home style noodles, and they're really good. I've used them before. So I put those in the broth. My corn's cooking away, peas, and potatoes. Getting ready to put my crescent rolls in the oven while I let these, well, I'm going to wait a little bit. It's not quite time, but getting close. So dinner's coming together. And here is a look at the finished plate. Beef and noodles, peas, corn, and a buttered crescent. Delicious dinner. Dinner tonight is one of our favorites, egg roll in a bowl. I have about 12 to 16 ounces of breakfast sausage sizzling away in my pan here. I have already cut up my red onion and minced up some garlic. And now I am getting ready to get started on my carrots. So I'm just using my little mini box grater to grate these carrots away. I'm going to use 2 carrots. And when I get to the end like this, for risk of chopping off my fingers, I just have a little carrot snack. That's how that works out. All right, the carrots are all finished now. All right, and so I have diced up about a half a head of cabbage. I do it in slivers, and then I kind of chop those up. That's just the way we prefer ours. And I'm going to add in some hoisin sauce. I do not have any teriyaki or any soy. I think the original recipe calls for some soy and maybe some sesame oil, but I did not have either one of those. So really, I'm more of a method cook. So really, what you're needing is some sort of Asian seasoning to flavor it up. So the hoisin sauce works perfectly. I added in some black pepper. And now I'm going to add in my chopped veggies. So that is my red onion, garlic, and carrot. You could do green onion, you could do white onion. Like I said, it's really more of a method than an exact, precise recipe. And that's the kind of cook that I am. So now we are going to combine this with my little bitty spoon. Not sure why I wasn't using a bigger one. I guess because that's the one I use for my hoisin sauce. So stirring this all together to incorporate, and now I am going to add back in my sausage. This is about a half a recipe. The normal recipe for a whole head of cabbage just makes a whole lot, and so for just my husband and myself, this was the perfect amount. So I'm going to let this simmer away here as it continues to combine and just get perfect. My side for tonight is this beef flavored rice. I picked this one up from Aldi. Very quick and easy to make on the stovetop, and it was perfect with it. And then in my air fryer, my second time to use it, I did these little mini wontons. These are chicken and cilantro flavor. They are from Costco. I probably, by the way, they are extremely delicious. We've had them before, but I don't know that I would do them on my air fryer again. I don't know, maybe I just need to practice a little more. But on top of our meal, we will use white pepper and red pepper flakes. And here it is all plated up. One of our very favorite meals. I'll have the whole recipe linked below. It is delicious. You could also use ground turkey, ground chicken, ground beef. We like the sausage. That's the first recipe I ever tried, so I stick with it. Delicious meal. All right, guys, here's what's for dinner tonight. This is called chicken Rotel spaghetti, and it is so delicious. I got this recipe from a lady that I used to go to church with probably 15 or so years ago. I've been making this. It's a family favorite, and I didn't show how to make it, but I plan to. So the next time I make this, I will definitely film it and show it to you because it is so delicious. So that's what's for dinner tonight with garlic bread on the side. How's this for delicious looking lunch? I just thought I would show you this. Today is what I'm having. I made baked potatoes for dinner last week, and I always bake several extra just to have in the refrigerator for whatever you need them for. So I am using this one for a loaded baked potato. On top of it, I have chili that I also made a couple of days ago, and then I just put on some shredded cheese, sour cream, and lots of jalapenos. I don't know what the deal is lately. I'm just wanting spicy food. So this is what I'm having for lunch today. And again, with the potatoes, once you bake them up, I keep them in foil, just like I baked them. I wrap them in foil, keep them in that foil, put them in the refrigerator, and then you can use them for just a regular baked potato, for a loaded baked potato, or You can just cube them up or slice them up and fry them for fried potatoes. You can do basically anything with them. You've just got a cooked potato ready for whenever you need it. So that's a little tip for you. I just thought I'd show you this delicious chili topped loaded baked potato. And that's what's for lunch.